Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day. And today I have a very exciting EV SPAC that I wanted to share with you. We've heard of a lot of EV companies set to go public and are in talks to go public in 2021, from Lucid Motors, Line Electric, Lightning E-Motors, and many more. And to add on to this list, today we're going to go over Property Solutions Acquisition, stock ticker symbol PSAC, which is currently in talks and reportedly talking with Faraday Future. Faraday Future is an EV startup that was founded back in 2016, and many analysts thought that Faraday could emerge as a Tesla competitor after the company's impressive presentation at their Consumer Electronics Show back in 2016. But the company's had a lot of problems since then because their CEO was in massive debt, ended up going bankrupt. But now they're back, and now they're supposedly working on the FF91 Faraday Future model. And they're talking that this model will be able to be produced with another round of funding, hopefully within a year. So if they get this round of funding and they do IPO with Property Solutions Acquisition Corp, well, then they should be set to produce their vehicles in a year from now. There's a lot of talks about this company. It's been in the news a lot recently. And I think you're going to want to stick around for what we have to say. I think you're really going to like this stock. So if you find this helpful, if you find it interesting, well then please be sure to like the video down below, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications so you can be notified every single time I post a new video, and comment down below your favorite EV SPAC right now. For those of you who are new here, my name is Michael. I'm an investor and entrepreneur. Last year, our public investing account on Patreon, which is currently sitting around $595,000, was up over 105%. This year, our goal is to hit $1 million and are well on our way to hitting that goal. So if you'd like to see what stocks I'm investing in real time, when I buy a stock, when I sell a stock, if you want access to our Discord channel, where we talk about new IPOs, companies that I don't talk about on YouTube, and if you want other exclusive content that I don't share on YouTube, well then make sure to join our group. We have a great time over there talking about stocks and in our Discord channel as well. So anyways, Faraday Future is an electric vehicle startup that was originally founded in 2016. They had a major event at the Consumer Electronics Show in 2016 where they unveiled a prototype and a model vehicle that got a lot of press and a lot of attention. Many people were thinking that Faraday would be a major competitor to Tesla. However, there were issues with the founder being in massive debt, going bankrupt, but now Faraday Future Inc., the electric vehicle startup, is in talks to go public through a merger with Property Solutions Acquisition, and this is a blank check firm. Supposedly, this company was originally looking into real estate and property acquisition companies, but now they've seen all of the EV startups that have done so well over the last 2 years, in 2020 and now in 2021, and they thought the Faraday Future could be a good fit for them, so they're supposedly in talks right now. This SPAC is seeking to raise more than $400 million in equity to support the transaction, and once these companies would merge, so if Faraday Future and Property Solutions Acquisition Corp do merge, the combined entity would be worth around $3 billion. Right now, many of the EV startups are worth significantly more than that, and that is why there's so much attention on these SPACs. The EV sector has been the hottest sector in 2021, and on top of this, SPACs raised over $70 billion for companies IPOing in 2020 as well. So between both of these, it's really the hottest market right now. Between EVs and SPACs, when you combine those two together, there is a lot of optimism. A lot of investors are very optimistic about these companies, at least in the short term, and they could lead to some massive gains. This isn't a company that I would say, oh, invest long term, it's going to do great. This would be more of a short term investment leading up until the merger, because you have to remember they're still only in talks. Right now, according to the Bloomberg article, Faraday is led by Chief Executive Officer Karsten Bretfield and was founded by Gia, an entrepreneur who in October 2019 filed for bankruptcy in the U.S. after running up billions of dollars in personal debt. He no longer owns any portion of the company, but remains an employee, and this has led to a lot of issues, a lot of people being wary of investing in Faraday because of all of the issues with the company's founder. But right now, they're run by someone completely different, and just this past month, Faraday appointed Zvi Glassman, the former chief financial officer of Fox Factory Holdings, as its CFO. So they have all new C-level executives, and they are already developing their FF91 vehicle, which will be available for sale about a year after the close of a successful round of funding. According to the company, this round of funding will be able to do that for them, and if this deal were to go through and they are set to merge, the company would be able to start delivering their F91 within the next year. Property Solutions is led by chairman and co-CEO Jordan Vogel, and they raised $230 million in July 2020 IPO. A couple of things that you need to keep in mind about Faraday is that they don't produce any vehicles yet, like many of these other EV startups that are looking to IPO through a Spac. Faraday is an electric vehicle company. They've been around for quite a while now, over 5 years. They're headquartered in the US. The company does have a vehicle that they have designed, but they haven't started producing it yet. So really the main reason and the main potential for this company right now is in the short term with the company in talks to merge with Property Solutions Acquisition. If this deal were to go through, a lot of the time we see a massive run-up until the merger date, and then the stock settles off after that. That just doesn't mean this would be a bad investment long-term, but it's too early to really tell how the company will do, especially since their vehicles are ultra-luxury vehicles. Their vehicle is more comparable to Lucid Motors rather than Tesla, because from the prices I've seen, at least up until now, they don't have a price on their website, but from the prices, it's going to be between $100,000 and $300,000 for their vehicle. And that is a vehicle that most people will not be able to afford. So it's impossible for them to be worth the same as, let's say, a Tesla, because Tesla is making a vehicle that's going to be much less expensive. Their goal is to have a $25,000 vehicle, and that has a much larger audience that they could target. With Faraday Future and the FF91, if that's going to be over $100,000, which from everything I've seen is going to be significantly more than that, well, then that is a much smaller audience, and it just doesn't have the potential to be a $100 billion company. So if you decide to invest in this stock, just remember that in the short term, there's a lot of positive sentiment, a lot of optimism around EV startups and SPACs. So it probably will do well in the short term. Long term, though, I'm not 100% sure, because this company isn't even yet delivering vehicles. They haven't even started producing them. They've had problems with the founder of the company in the past. Even though he's no longer there, people still remember the name and tie him to that. So just something to keep in mind moving forward. This deal would value them at $3 billion, which is relatively low compared to other EVs right now, but they are going to be targeting a much, much smaller audience in the ultra luxury vehicle market. Let me know your thoughts on Faraday Future, what you think about the company. I'd really be curious to see what you think. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 4 free stocks, each valued up to $1,600, when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.